Hello fellow YouTubers, Bear Prepper here. As you see today, I am doing my seed ordering and drinking my kombucha. If you ever get a chance to find one of these, grab it. You open up your mason jars with this end and it has a little bottle opener on it. I started bottling my kombucha so that I'd have it whenever I wanted and I can have different flavors available. And so I'll just drink about half a bottle a day is what I try. And then seal it right back up till tomorrow. But today is seed ordering day. And I just finished making some soaps. Haven't done that for a little while. And I guess I could have done a video on it. Sorry. Sometimes it's just easier to just get in there and do it. Turned out really nice. This is Dragonfire, and the fragrance Dragonfire made it really dark, and that's a man's fragrance. They'll absolutely love it. And this is, I'm always going to forget that one. This is a feminine one, a sweet, citrusy one. And then I also made a really nice kind of musky, but very light musky for women. Very nice. But that's with one batch. You just make 5 pounds and use your little Velveeta boxes and you're all set to go. And I had a little extra, so I made cubes. But, so now what we all need to do, this is January. January 1st is when I like to start and do it. Is get my seeds. And I have a bunch of catalogs here. I have Territorial, Johnny's, Pine Tree, Gurney's, and Shumway's. You'll notice there's no burpees in here. I'm not going to order from burpees anymore. Last year I ordered from 3 different seed companies and I ordered live plants. And I would say this just for burpees for the live plants, and maybe it's just a Texas thing. But when I got Gurney's in, they came in perfectly healthy. They were just thrown in a box pretty much, but they came in perfectly healthy. My burpees came in these plastic containers. Okay, now think about it. You're in Texas. The temperature's probably 65 degrees by the time the plants came in, and they're in plastic little greenhouses. So of course they were dead. I didn't have any of my plants survive. I know that you can get your money back with burpee and all that, but for me, it's just too time consuming. When I get something, I want to know I get it right, and it's going to survive for me. So I don't order from burpees. And the other seed companies have just as many wonderful seeds that I don't need to order just specific things from burpee. Now, one of the things I do recommend when you're looking at your seed catalogs, and I always start with one, and this year it happened to be Johnny's, and I fold over the page, and then I go back later and I circle which ones I think I want. And then what I do is I take this catalog and I go through the rest and look for the exact same plant and see what the price is. And I do that with all my catalogs. I know this is more time consuming, but I'll get to that in a second. And then I'll go through the catalog to see if there's something different in this one that's not in this one that I like. And I do that with all of these till I go through all of them. So I will place an order, probably from all of them, which I have. I've already placed an order in all 5 of these seed books. And one of the things I found when I sat back after I added everything up and I went to find the most expensive one in each one of these seed catalogs, I saved myself over $200. I know that probably seems like a lot, but I ordered probably $600 worth of items for my seed catalogs, between fertilizers and bulk seed stocks. And this year we're doing 3 of those strawberry pyramids. So I ordered everything for that. So this year I'm going to try some grafted plants. And those I got from Territorial Seed Company. And you probably can't see it, you might be able to from a distance. It's 2 different types of tomatoes on one plant. It's a dual graft. And so I'm really excited about trying those. They also have the amazing, wonderful tomato potato plant for those of you that are interested in trying something new this year. Grafted plants are a lot more expensive, but if they work, you get a lot more produce out of them. So we're going to try that. I ordered not only for this garden, I ordered for the aquaponics that my friend and neighbor is going to be setting up. And I ordered for our big garden. So take this time while you got some time off and go ahead and get your seed orders in and get that all done and ready. There's also an online garden planner that we're using this year on Almanac. There's one of them in one of these catalogs too. I'm not sure what the price on that one is, but I went ahead and went with the Almanac one. And look at your almanac to see if there's any recommended items, or your local area to see if there's a recommended plant for you this year that you need to try in your garden. I also went to the market downtown, and they had a special herb and seed show. I got me some special grapevines and a pawpaw tree, I think is what it was, for the retreat location. So this year's going to kind of be a big gardening season. We're going to only do half of the garden again. We're going to do the upper half this year. And the chickens have been scratching in there for about 3-4 weeks now, and they've really loosened up the soil. So we're going to go ahead and get that covered, and then we'll be ready for spring. So what is Bear Prepper doing this year? I don't know. I felt kind of absent from YouTube this past year, and it's been my fault 100%. I've done a lot of things, I just haven't pulled the video camera out. And one of my subscribers says, what's with all the long, far away shots? Well, I just haven't been making videos, so the thought process is just kind of lost on me. So I got to get back into making videos because I've been doing a lot of things, and I just haven't been videotaping it. There's so many things I've promised to give you that I haven't done yet. And one of those is the canning lid review, which will happen this year. Also, it looks like I'm going to have some time on prepperbroadcasting.com, and we'll see how many of the canning companies we can get to come on the air. And you can ask your questions, and I'll ask some questions, and we'll see what they have to say. I'll let you know when that's going to happen. I'll post it here, and hopefully you can attend, which would be really great. I think it's going to be a Saturday, probably in the evening, not late evening, but evening hours, so that'll work out really good, and hopefully, like I said, you can attend. My kombucha, I absolutely love kombucha. It has made a tremendous difference in my body, in the way I feel, and that to me is worth $1 million. So it seems to be doing what it wants. In the beginning, you had to be real careful with how much you drink. My stomach had issues, but I didn't give up, and I just love the flavor. I take my pumpkin pie filling, and that is my favorite. I just put about a quarter cup in it and let it ferment for a few days, and it is divine. Got a couple other people hooked on it at work, so that's kind of exciting. They like it too. I've messed up a few batches and have formed vinegar, so we have some vinegar available. I've been watching a lot of your videos out there, and you guys have been putting up some great videos. I try to respond when I can, but a lot of times I'll just watch and like it. So please keep it up. I really do appreciate it. I learn just as much from you guys as you think you learn from me. We've come really far in prepping, and a lot of you have just come right along the way. And we're now to more of a homestead than just prepping, which is exciting. But it presents different challenges and different time restraints. The things that you do on a homestead take more time and more money than the things you do for prepping. I know that sounds crazy, doesn't it? But if you have, you know, $20, you can go out and buy a prepping item and be excited about it and learn something new with it. When you're homesteading, you know, something like setting up the water system, you're talking thousands of dollars. And so your resources all go there. And so for the daily videos, you just don't have the funds to do it. I'm not complaining, honest. I'm not asking for donations either. Please, never, never, never. But so it limits the videos that I can make. And I just don't want to get boring on you guys and doing the same ones over and over again. You know, the garden updates. I know those are good for a little while, but eventually you kind of get burned out on them. Because unless you're actively putting in a garden, you're just not as interested in those. Hopefully, we'll be able to do the strawberries this year and see how that goes with the deer. Yeah. We're going to do meat birds. I'm really excited about doing meat birds. I'm concerned about where I'm going to get their food and how I'm going to get 22% protein. But I think we've worked out a recipe that we might be able to work with to do that. Because our local feed store does not have high protein feed. We're also going to do a couple of turkeys so that we can provide our turkeys for this Thanksgiving. You know, we're just slowly expanding. Pretty soon, hopefully, I'll be able to introduce you to my neighbor and his aquaponics channel. And hopefully he'll be able to take you from day one, learning how to do it and making the mistakes right along with him. Which to me is the best videos you can make, because it shows all of you that we're not perfect either, and we don't have all the answers. I have been blessed this year with a good job, a wonderful family, great friends, and wonderful YouTube followers. And so I hope that your next year is the best that you've ever had, and that you reach the goals and heights that you wish for yourselves. And make as many friends and connections as you can, because you never know when someone can teach you something. Blessings. Amazon!